Hey everyone, it's Mark, and today we're taking a look at another sovereign citizen traffic stop, and the sovereign citizen refuses to identify himself. Let's roll the video.
Hey. What am I getting pulled over for, sir? I have a headlight out?
Yes, sir, you.
Is that a crime?
It's a defective equipment. It's a violation.
Oh, it's just...
First,
Okay. Am I being detained or am I being pulled over?
you're being pulled over, sir.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not free to go until we complete this stop. License, registration,
At this time, I want to exercise my rights. I don't want to answer no questions until I have an attorney present.
This isn't fine.
If I'm being detained, I'm in a custodial arrest.
You're not in custodial arrest. You're being detained for the purpose of a violation of a moving traffic violation. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Is the vehicle registered to you?
I don't answer questions, sir.
6360. That's fine. Why?
I wish not to answer any questions till I have an attorney present, please. I have not committed a crime.
You're correct. You have not committed a crime. You committed a moving violation.
Again, am I being detained or am I free to go?
Up here, please.
Am I being...
You are being detained.
I'd like to see your supervisor then, please. I wish not to answer no questions, exercise my
I
rights.
can't hear you, sir. You're not talking loud enough.
I wish to exercise my rights and remain silent until I have an attorney present.
All of this over a broken headlight. Sovereign citizens really have nothing better to do with themselves.
You're trying to cite me for
No,
a
it's not
uniform
citation.
commercial code and
No.
extort me for revenue.
Uniform Commercial Code. That's not correct, sir.
Okay. I'm exercising a constitutional guaranteed activity. I am traveling on a public highway, and the United States Supreme Court has ruled that. I've already called the governor's office yesterday about you guys' harassment. What you're doing is an unlawful stop.
This one. I don't know. He's refusing to.
I'm not refusing.
Himself and other stuff. Yes, you are refusing.
No, I'm not. I'm exercising my rights. There's a difference.
No, there isn't.
Oh, well, that's your opinion.
No, that's a.
But the
a fact.
Supreme Court ruling says different, sir.
You have a mail RO to the vehicle.
You're being recorded and live streamed
So are
too.
you, sir.
That's fine. Please don't delete that because I'll be asking for a public request on it. If I haven't committed a crime, I'd like to be free to go.
You're not free to go.
So I'm being detained.
That is correct.
Can you tell me what crime I am being detained for?
You're being detained for a.
The only way I can be detained is if I'm committing a crime. Can you articulate a crime, please? I'm asking you to articulate a crime if I have committed a crime, about to commit a crime, or if I did commit a crime. Though that's the law that you have to lawfully detain me, sir.
You prefer to cut me off every time I'm talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
You're the one that wants to give all the information. You have all the information.
Well, I just want to make sure you're deliberately indifferent of my rights
No
and that you don't
one's
violate and
No
trespass.
one's violating your rights.
Well, right now you are. You're pulling me over for unlawful stop.
It's not unlawful stop because you have a defective equipment. It's a violation of Title 23.
This is private property, sir.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Your private property is on a public roadway, so you and your vehicle must comply with the rules of the road.
You decided to pull into private property. It's irrelevant.
No. This is private property.
6-3.
I've had an incident with that vehicle. The last operator was a Carl DeVoid.
Are you Mr. DeVoid?
I don't answer questions unless I have an attorney present.
I'm gonna guess that's him.
He's a white male, hazel eyes, 5'8", 180.
Seems about right. Is he valid?
Yeah, actually I am. I got a letter saying they took it out of my taxes. $178.
He is going to be civilly suspended.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
I have the registered owner's name. I'll just give them a 21. Make sure that you have the right to have this vehicle. Is your name Carl?
I don't answer questions unless I got an attorney present, sir. You're violating my civil rights right now.
We can have it in the case.
I talked to the governor's office yesterday.
10-4. Maybe give me a 21 number for that person.
What's your name and badge number, please?
I don't have a badge number. My call sign is I'm Corporal Stephen Gutierrez from Colchester Police Department.
Can I see 3 forms of ID? Under the Uniform Commercial Code, you're required.
163.
I'm familiar with him, so I'm headed up there right now.
10-4. Thank you. I'm in the parking lot of Spank Puppy.
And I pulled into a private driveway because I figured it was safer
That's not
to
safe.
travel.
You should have pulled over to the right.
6-3. Right here. Do you want me to advise
Okay.
8860?
Well, that would be your opinion, but
74.
the law says I should pull over to the nearest safest place.
Law says you should pull to the right.
Apparently, you're not too educated on the law then.
The only person who isn't educated about the law is you.
You keep cutting me off, and that's fine.
So I got pulled over for an alleged defective light that was working on my private automobile. You know you're violating my civil rights right now, right?
I'm not.
Well, you may think you're not, but the United States Supreme Court has ruled that what you're doing is unlawful.
163. I'm talking on the radio. Excuse me.
You're the one who pulled me over, made contact with me, sir. I didn't make contact with you.
I'll take it just to make sure this person has permission to have the vehicle.
Oh, I do have permission.
I'll verify that in a minute.
You believe that I don't?
Her number is
I don't know.
598.
Are you saying that I stole this or something? Are you making an accusation?
I'm not making anything.
So then,
Can you
what's
repeat
going
that
on?
again? I'm speaking on my radio. Can
You're
you
the one that approached me, sir, and violating my rights.
81.
10-4.
You know, the United States Supreme Court has ruled, and I must advise you of Title 18, 241, 242. Anyone who conspires to deprive one of one's constitutional rights or deprive one of constitutional rights can be held accountable in a tort claim, sir. And what you're doing right now is civilly violating my
Do you
rights.
have your name, registration,
I don't answer
Insurance.
questions.
proof of insurance for the vehicle?
I don't answer questions, and I want to exercise my Fourth Amendment.
I'm asking you for the proper.
And I'm telling you right now, are you asking?
I'm telling you.
Can you tell me the statute and the law that requires me to do that? Because I would like to exercise my Fourth Amendment. Unless you got a search warrant, I care not to get off any
I'm not certain.
any documentations that may be used against me in the court of law.
We're going to receive a written warning.
You do whatever you think you got to do, sir, but what you're doing right now is violating my civil right in the United States. Well, you may not think so, but Shapiro versus Thompson and Reno versus Cadon says you are, among about 15 other cases. And I already talked to the governor's office about you guys harassing me. Now you're unlawfully holding me in a detention with an armed gun, acting outside your professional capacity. I fear for my life right now, sir. Because you're not acting in a lawful capacity and you're armed.
If you would have just handed over your license from the start of this traffic stop, the officer would have written you a warning, and this traffic stop would have already been over.
And I wish not to get off anything or say anything more until I have an attorney present. Thank you. And you are being live streamed. And I got a lot of viewers. I do know the law, sir, and I do know my rights. I'm very educated on that, at least. And I refuse to let you violate those civil rights. And if you so chose, just so you know, I have no ill intent and I'm a non-violent person.
Okay. I don't even know your first name. You won't even tell me that. So.
Well, because you haven't told me I committed a crime. The only way I'm obligated under the law to tell you my name and identify myself if I have committed a crime, about ready to commit a crime, or committed a crime. You can't tell me I've committed a crime yet. And all I'm doing is exercising my constitutional guaranteed rights to be a traveler on a public highway.
You're driving a vehicle that has...
No, I'm not driving, sir. Driving's defined as commerce.
You're operating a vehicle...
I'm not operating. Operating's defined as commerce.
Stop cutting me off when I'm talking to you. I haven't been rude to you once.
I'm not trying to be rude, sir.
You're
I'm
extremely rude.
okay. You know what? You're right. You've been pretty professional. I'm sorry.
When I speak with someone, common courtesy would be for them to finish what they're saying and then the other person to speak.
And I do apologize. I'm just kind of frustrated to be harassed constantly for exercising a constitution. Yes, I am.
It's my first time meeting you, sir.
Well, you know what? You're part of the corporation. Maybe not you personally, but now that you've been deliberately indifferent personally, I charge $50,000 an hour, minimum of 10 hours. Anything after that is $15,000 an hour, and till the case is done.
$50,000 an hour for what?
For my time for violating my civil rights.
He activated his fee schedule, but I guarantee you he didn't see a single cent of that money.
Just so you know, you've been deliberately indifference because you can be held accountable on a tort claim under 18, 241, 242 for violating my civil rights. You know, you guys are going to get educated today. Okay? What you guys are doing is violate my civil rights, and the Supreme Court has spoken on it. So you do what you guys got to do.
Right, Carl, just relax.
But, you know, anything that you do against me is violation of my civil rights right now. Just so you know. And you only can hold me for so long. Supreme Court says that.
Well, you keep talking. I can't have any other conversation.
No, I don't.
I was going to identify you or who you are. And we'll go from there.
Just advise my motorist about possible traffic hazards by the VFW.
Damn, I was only 2 feet to get some papers to have a cigarette.
Yeah, that's what I want.
No.
Hey, what's your name?
Carl, how you doing?
What's your name, sir?
Carl the Boyd.
What's your name, sir? Can you identify yourself?
Yeah, it's Michael Fish, Carl. You know who I am.
Do you have a
we don't have a badge number. We don't have badge
do you
numbers,
have
we don't
3
badge.
forms of ID per the law? I need to
Pardon me?
identify you too.
This officer seems to know who this sovereign citizen is, and he's not going to tolerate his nonsense.
3 forms of ID per Uniform Commercial Code.
No, not in Vermont.
Oh, sorry, that is the law.
But in some states, but not in
That
Vermont.
is the law.
Not in Vermont.
Okay, you may think so, but I'm asking you by law to identify yourself by 3 forms of ID.
We don't have to do that, Carl.
Oh, you may not think so, but I have every right and legal right to be here.
Go fill out some paperwork. Just stay right here, okay?
I ain't going anywhere. Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not free to go.
Okay. You know, you're violating my civil rights, and the Supreme Court has spoken of this. And I did call the governor's office yesterday and sent them the big old thing that I sent you, Fisher.
No, I'm Fish, not Fisher.
No, Fisher, whoever. Sorry. Under Uniform Commercial Code, you are required to show 3 forms of ID. But I understand you guys don't, you're going to dictate what constitutional right applies to me and which one doesn't right now.
You should read the whole Constitution.
Oh, I do.
Vermont Constitution.
You know what? The United States Constitution overrules the Vermont Constitution.
It really does.
And the United States Supreme Court rule is the supreme ruling of the land.
And the Supreme Court is ruling.
You're right.
If people are pulled over by law enforcement, that they do
For
not
acting-
identify themselves as they've been pulled over for just cause.
If I'm acting in interstate commerce.
Bits and pieces.
If I'm acting in interstate commerce.
So
I'm not acting in interstate commerce. I'm not for hire.
I know that.
Okay, so then apparently you don't know the law,
He's
Fish.
gonna write you a ticket or whatever he's gonna do. You can't drive the vehicle.
I'm not driving.
Okay, so do you have somebody who can come get the vehicle?
I'm a traveling.
Well, I know you're a
And
driver.
I have every constitution. Listen, go ahead and violate that civil rights.
Okay,
I will be traveling out of here.
what's that?
I will be traveling out of here.
Well, if
And then
drive
you
out
guys,
here, we'll stop you again, then we'll tow the car.
well, then you'll be stealing my property and unlawfully towing it.
If you wanna play this game,
It's not playing. It's the law, sir.
If you'd like, to
It's
play this
the
game,
law.
I'll play it with you. That's fine.
It's the law.
So, but do you want to see if you can have somebody come get the car, or do you want to have it towed, or whatever you want
You
to
ain't
do?
towing. It's on private property, and
Well,
somebody.
that's what I mean. If you want to have somebody come pick it up, but if
Listen, you're not dictating here. The law is on my side.
We're gonna have it removed by Racker, so.
No, you're not.
I think the officer should just tow this guy's car based on his attitude. He's been rude and non-cooperative throughout the entire traffic stop.
So do you
No,
want,
you're not. You can threaten me all you want, but you're not towing it, and I'm not getting out of the vehicle. Excuse me, out of my automobile. Sorry. Let me correct myself.
so,
And if you plan on getting in here, you need a search warrant.
I'm not going in the
Well,
car.
then you ain't towing it.
So,
Because I ain't getting out of it. It's my private property.
Right, I understand
And the
that, but-
Constitution and the Supreme Court says I have the right to do what I'm doing. Listen, I've already called the governor's office and reported you guys.
that's okay.
You guys think you're above the law and you're not. Federal law and everything gives me the right.
For some reason, his camera stops recording here, but he starts recording again a few moments later.
Pull on over there and park it. Do that right now, and I'll let.
I don't need to right now. I will when I'm done with you guys.
Okay,
I'm being detained right now unlawfully.
you are.
Oh, I know I am. You're going to learn the law that you swore to uphold. Am I free to go or am I still being detained? I don't want to accept it. It's unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, just fill in your lap there, sir.
Hey, believe me, it's unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
You're gonna learn.
Listen.
You better check out. Hey,
So the
listen,
pink
a little
copy of that
education for you.
record,
Sereno
the
versus
white
Thompson.
Copy of that is for you need to mail that back in that white envelope in 20 days to avoid any type of suspension to your license. Okay.
A license is
Your
interstate
suspended.
commerce.
Okay, your license is currently suspended. That's what the ticket is for. I'm going to give you a verbal warning.
I don't need a license to travel. Supreme Court ruled.
Okay, I'm going to give you a verbal warning for the headlight. The headlight is not working on this vehicle. Okay. I just spoke with Carrie. She said she was aware of the headlight, and she was aware that you were driving the vehicle. So that's good.
I don't drive. I travel, sir. You keep on trying to say drive. You keep on trying to say commerce.
Okay, so you're traveling with the vehicle. How's that?
So you do recognize I travel.
Sure.
Okay.
So go ahead and travel this vehicle right over by that white vehicle right over there, because you cannot travel any further on these roads according to the Vermont DMV.
Okay. So what about the United States Supreme Court rule,
So
though?
Vermont DMV says.
I understand that.
Carl?
I understand that. You're going by. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. You're saying DMV says I can't do that, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So, but would you agree that United States Supreme
I
Court
would agree
overrules that?
DMV says that you cannot drive your vehicle, this vehicle, on a public highway, and you're not going to be driving it from this turn forward.
But I don't
Park
drive.
it right over there.
I travel.
Okay, so you're not going to be traveling it down the road.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, well.
Well, then it's going to end up getting towed.
Well, if you decide to steal my property and break in my car without a search warrant, you're going to have some issues.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Have a great
I know the law, bud. You're going to get educated. Both of you are going to get educated on the law today.
Carl.
No, there ain't no Carl. You're violating my civil rights. No. See ya.
Here then, and when you drive it back onto the road, we will tow it.
Well, you'd have to break in to get me out of it to do that. And that means you have to get a search warrant. And who's going to give you a search warrant to get into my private property for exercising a constitutional right? It's already been stated.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if he traveled down the road after this and ended up getting arrested and having his vehicle towed. Unfortunately, though, I couldn't find any video of that. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.